So they printed a perfect card for the perfect deck. This is Avengers Disassembled. 3 mana, deal, choose one or both. 3 damage to each creature, or destroy target land. They search for basic tapped. Fits really well into this Ruby Tablet of Discovery deck we've been playing. It's like a control deck. It's kind of like the Boros Ponza deck, but instead of leaning in on the white cards, you're just totally mono red, and you're using Tablet and Ruby as good mana engines, and you're playing Wish to wish for really, really powerful cards like Blood Moon, Flashfires, Wildfire, Chandra, Ensnaring Bridge, Trinisphere. I am playing a Fin Fang Foom. I decided to play it as a wish target and see how it plays there. I'm not of the opinion that this card is good in the main deck, but it is at least very interesting. It says, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets an artifact or land, you can copy it and choose new targets to put counters. Very powerful, very fragile. Seems like a good wish target, right? Yeah, Disassembled is, you get to do both. You're basically always going to do both here. Yeah, just somehow the perfect card for a deck that we like just made. I'm gonna keep this for sure. Ruby hands are always just so insane. Oh, also, I decided I made a couple other changes. I decided to go all in on Dead Gone as ways to like bounce Frog, and then also just any problematic creatures. But like the 3 damage doesn't matter all that much. Just kind of preferring this as my Oh, is this Grixis? I feel like I always play against Grixis when I play this deck, which has been a good matchup historically. I know you said this, but what's main board boom bust? Yeah, this is Dead Gone. My opponent discards 2 copies of Psychic Frog. Do they have a third Psychic Frog? Maybe they have Double Unearth. Double Unearth would be crazy. Well, I've never seen... I mean, there's one. Okay, yeah, I've never seen Double Unearth 2 Frogs. So, let's hope their next turn isn't quite as strong. Yeah, stream title should be up to date. Might be... I'm happy with this decision to play Dead Gods over... over Galvanic Discharges already. I'm down to 15. My opponent Thoughtseize is me. I have 2 tablets. I have 2 Dead Gons, so I guess the first Thoughtseize is not too punishing. They may take Cleansing Wildfire. They may take one of the Dead Gons. Take Monk. They could take Monk. They do take the Monk. They've got 5 cards in their hand. They still have a land they could play for turn. They play Steam Vents. They play Steam Vents untapped. And they play a third Frog. Okay. I draw a third Dead Gon. Perfectly balanced, huh? Let's see what we see off the tablet. I see another copy of Ruby Medallion, which I'm going to be unable to play. Unless I find Manamorphose. I think I'm just going to Wildfire here. It doesn't seem like... I don't know, I guess the three frogs in that concert are a little awkward. Draw another tablet. I guess we could deal a damage or 2 damage. Seems not that good. Gonna have to do a little popping off next turn. How would Avengers... I guess Avengers Disassembled wouldn't be a bad draw on this board. They draw 3. They don't discard any cards here. They have 7 in their hand now. They are still looting. Being able to play the other Ruby would have been pretty cool. They discard 2 copies of Archon. Where'd Scroll go? We went 1-2. We could have kept playing. Kind of wanted to play this. That's how first day releases are sometimes. I like the Scroll Girl deck. We ran into like Cosmic Wave Fling and we ran into Carrion Conqueror, which are 2 like really awkward matchups. Yeah, conflict record tracker. Opponent in the tank here. Yeah, opponent. Yeah, I've never seen double Unearth Frog on the play. It's definitely rough to run into. We've been beating up on this deck with our deck, which is, you know, it's I feel fine losing one. After a lot of thought, they thought Scour themselves. They mill a Persist. They mill a Delta. Then they Inquisition. They take a tablet. They play a Bloodstained Mire. They pass. We find a Tablet of Discovery. Oh, sorry, a Manamorphose. I guess we're going to lead on that. Red. I find a Ruby, which I think I'll be playing first to make this tablet cost 1 less, and then to make Dead Gods cost 1. Could play them all on their turn, maybe. I find just a mountain. Am I really just going to go bounce, bounce, bounce? I guess, so that we could try to top deck Draw 2s, Wish, Pinnacle Monk, Flashback. And then also, they can only redeploy 2, and then that's like their whole turn. Rebouncing an instep, so they discard. No, we can't take the damage and let them draw 3 more. No, y'all are silly. Maybe there's some merit to letting him attack. I'm just gonna like play around Spell Pierce. Also, like not getting. I guess they already have Archons in the yard. And I'm just getting Emperor. I guess I should have played around Emperor. So to draw Price of Freedom into Eruption and then Bricked. Yeah, waiting was maybe better. Okay, I don't think I want to bring in the Ragavans on the play. I have done that before. I think we just run it back. This has been a good matchup historically. Although maybe the, sorry, maybe I actually want to be bringing in Ragavans over Avengers Disassembled now that those are in the deck and not so good in the matchup. I do not have a Boil right now. I had a Boil and I decided to try Fin Fang Foom instead. New card. Could you have Entwined one to force a discard? With these split cards, you can't do both. No. Yeah, double frog on turn 2 on the play is really tough there. Opponent deepen the take on the sideboarding. That a card that says all split cards have fused would be good. I think it'd be way too niche. Way too niche. I'm gonna deepen the tank on the sideboarding. Well, yeah, it would be good if it was a 5/5 or 2 trampler for blue green. One lander with Ruby, which is really good. With Ragavan, I think I'm gonna keep it on the play. Pretty high upside, pretty high risk. They mull the 6, which is nice. It's just very likely the Ragavan connects. I'd be like very surprised if they have fatal pushes. They do have a turn 1 play. It's a looting. They do have an Archon of Cruelty to discard. It's nice to have Dead Gone to bounce it, although we do need to draw a land. Assuming that they do have the Persist already. It'd be nice if they didn't. They're tapping for a red, which has got to be another looting. They discarded Arrakis Theater last turn, so I'll be really surprised if they missed their land drop this turn. They just started a Steam Vincent of Mire, so they're probably going to hit their land drop. Then they play a Darkslick Shores. And they Inquisition me. Probably going to take one of my Cleansing Wildfire effects, but feeling good that we get to hit them with Ragavan again. They have only 3 cards left in their hand, too. Maybe the Dead Gods are really good against them. They could think about taking one of those. They take a Wildfire. Draw a 3rd copy of Dead Gone, so both of us having kind of awkward draws, I guess. I hit an Oculus, not very helpful. I guess I'd rather go after their blue mana, although they'll probably just get an island here. If I draw an untap land, I'll probably just flashback a Wildfire this turn. They usually play 2 basics. I did draw an untap land. Let's actually just cut them off of blue mana. I think that's better than cutting them off of red, which we'd be doing if we targeted the Blood Crypt here. We found a Pinnacle Monk. Oh yeah, that's right, they can't take Dead Gone, that's true. So they have untapped blue. They play a frog. Which we can double dead if we want. Probably will want to do that. Alright, I feel like my Domain Zoo opponent from earlier just drawing all 4 of my removal spells. Got them to discard Consign. They have only one card. They got no blue mana. What was the logic for Dead Gone? I think that the ability to bounce creatures is actually really good, especially with like rubies to discount the Gone. And like, Frog is actually like a really problematic card that 2 discharges can deal with, but 1 has a harder time. And so playing Dead Gone, I think the bounce is really nice. Is the short answer. Okay. Okay. Well, thanks opponent. Like, I mean, currently, like, if they draw Persist, I could just bounce the Archon to give them eluding the flashback later. They discard a Thoughtseize, and they discard a Consign. Happy to draw this. I guess we'll hit them with Ragavan first. Not too often you hit your opponent with Ragavan 5 times. The Manamorphose hit a mountain. Need to chain some stuff together. Alright, there's the wish. So I can wish for Chandra, potentially. Chandra's always good. So then we'll exile our top 5. We find Cleansing Wildfire, so we get to go double Stone Rain them here. Kind of like Fin Fang Foom, except it, except it's a Planeswalker and it draws the cards. Miss Lethal? I did Miss Lethal. Right. Wasn't this better? Alright. Going to game 3. My opponent may be bringing in some creature removal. I think that's fine. Yeah, let's just go to game 3. Lethal, double Stone Rain, draw 2. Hard to say which one is right there. I'm gonna go get some water. Okay, we're on the draw. So we have Gemstone Caverns. Gonna keep. Let's put back one of the wishes, I think. These are, I think, a new edition. I don't actually remember if we played with these or not before on stream. Maybe we're supposed to put back the Manamorphose. Happy that they drew one of their basics. That's good news for us. They just take the Manamorphose. I guess I'll cast turn 1 Wrenn's Resolve. There's a Ruby and then there's a Wish, so happy to see the Ruby. Unlikely to be able to use the Wish. Yeah, I've loved how this deck has come together. It feels really special. I like drawing Tablet. I'm just gonna play this tapped. See if they have like Thought Scour or something here. I have only 2 wishes left in the deck. I mean, I guess 1 left in the deck after this. Just cycle on Earth, okay. Thoughtseize is me. Although one thing that's nice is they take the Thoughtseize. We've got flashbacks. We have Pinnacle Monks to buy this wish back if they take the wish. The tablet's also, I think, really powerful here. It's like kind of like a 3-for-1. Okay, so they take the wish, then they play an untapped Watergrave, and then they pass. Let me dash Ragavan first, I think. They could have Spell Pierce up right now, and I could hit Spell Pierce maybe. Could maybe hit something else I want to play. I have a Cavern, so I could cast Psychic Frog. Okay, let's cast the tablet now. Resolved. Then we hit a Ruby. So the second Ruby is not that important to me. I think I'd rather just have a card. So I'm gonna scour myself. And if we draw a land, we can play the Ruby still. This also lets me play Ruby. I wonder what they shocked for. I found a copy of Flashback, which I guess we'll save for next turn for the Wish. Was Tablet not a better take? I mean, I could have like wished for Ghost Vacuum there, which would have been pretty good. They cycle another on Earth. Wow. Okay. Then they play Scalding Tarn. Then they crack Scalding Tarn. No, they would have Bowmastered in response to the Manamorphose, or they would have killed Ragavan, and they don't play Bowmaster. So they get Steam Vents. Maybe they have Looting. Okay, there's a Looting. 5 cards in their hand before the Looting finishes resolving, or as the Looting is resolving. Love dashing Ragavan for 1 mana with Ruby. Yeah, this deck is really something special. Maybe we should have led on it. They discard an Oculus, they discard a Looting. They could hardcast the Oculus, instead they unearth. Then they pass, they get their Manifest. 2 cards in their hand. Draw all Gemstone Caverns, which is not the best. So if I wish costs 1, I'm floating. I could be floating a... Oh, sorry, I wish for just these 2. I could play Chandra. Chandra's not great on this board, although I could go Chandra plus copy Dead Gone, bounce both of their stuff. If you dash Ragavan, they won't block. I don't know that that's true. Might be true. Chandra kills Oculus Manifest. Yeah, but then the Chandra dies, so I feel like I'd rather have the Chandra in play. Could also get Ensnaring Bridge here maybe sometimes. They could have Consigned, though. Yeah, so I'm going to make 2 mana. Yeah, I cut the boil for Fin Fang Foom, so you can blink Fin Fang Foom if you want. We'll go Gone, and then we'll copy Gone. It's not like they have Spell Pierce in their hands, so we can just target both. Maybe a little awkward to bounce the Manifest. Maybe bounce Manifest after, because like, what if the Manifest is a Spell Pierce? I've not played Blue-White Loki yet, no. Okay, their last card is a Thoughtseize. So, I guess I'm okay if they Thoughtseize this Ragavan next turn. That's fine. I don't think the Ragavan's doing a lot else. Chandra is so powerful. I'm so glad that we've tested Chandra, and Chandra's this good. Okay. Yeah, Fin Fang Foom is a dragon from the new set. 3/5 flying. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets an artifact or land, copy it. Choose new targets, and if you do, put 2 counters on Fin Fang Foom. So, redeploying the Oculus. Now, I could maybe just Chandra, kill both of them this turn, and not worry too much. Let's see what we draw. I draw a Wildfire. So I'm going to go ahead and make instant sorcery mana and copy this. Looks like the Dragon from Invincible. I think that Dragon from Invincible is like a parody of Fin Fang Foom. The parody stuff in Invincible is like... And they just concede, okay. It's like... They literally just ripped it off. It's not really... I don't really feel like any of their parodies are really parodies. Let's mulligan this on the play. Go to 5. No Ruby, no Tablet's always like a little awkward. This hand sends the best hand we've seen for sure. So I'm going to be keeping Wrenn's Resolve, one of the Price of Freedoms, the land. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I put back both Price of Freedoms. And I hold up Dead Gone turn 1. I guess I'm just gonna put back both of these. And keep one of the Price of Freedoms and be cycling through. I haven't seen anyone talk about World War Hulk and Pink Glacial Worm. I think that does work. I don't know if it's good, but I believe it works. So we're on the play against Tron. They go turn 1 map. I think I want to get the Ruby down, but obviously this is our best matchup. Let's go. They have a Seer. Okay. I feel like the Invincible Dragon have the gimmick of actually being an old man. It makes it different. Wait, isn't Fin Fang Foom's an alien, isn't he? I can't remember all of my Fin Fang Foom knowledge comes from Marvel Ultimate Alliance. But I thought that he was also like a human, secretly. Takes Wrenn's Resolve over the Price of Freedom. That's interesting. I guess let's just go Field of Ruin plus Price of Freedom. I don't think a 3 green card's ever going to see play. I mean, we've won enough with a Shaya. I don't know. I don't think mana costs by themselves are ever that restrictive. Oh, finally, someone playing double waste, like a swamp over the waste. The waste is so bad, I think. It's just like, the waste doesn't get got by Besaju, and I think that matters so much. I mean, let's do this turn. He is an alien, but he's like a human alien, right? Or is he's just always a dragon? Okay, play the Wrenn's Resolve now. The next turn we can go Ruby, Tablet, Dead God. No human form. Okay, my memory of this game when I was 12 seems to have failed me. Dude, when you play Tablet for 1 mana, this card just feels so sick. Just hit a mountain, though. Wrenn's Resolve, 3 mana floating. Another Ruby is pretty bad, I guess. So we'll go Gone. Gone's kind of bad if I hit Wish, I guess. And like they can Thought Not Seer it next turn. Hit Avengers Disassembled, which I think will just go ahead and blow up their Urza's Tower. Drew another mountain. Sad that it's not one of our MDFCs. Don't have that many bricks left in the deck, though, because I saw like Field of Ruins, MDFCs. We only have 1 Ruby left. Dead Gone is life because of the Seer. They don't have the mana for the Seer. That is a brick, though. They got 7 cards. They find a Ugin's Lab after missing a land drop last turn. They do imprint Devour of Destiny. Do they have Karn? Do they play Seer again? They do play Seer again. Okay, we got a lot of very good top decks. Although, like, the lands... Oh, no, shot, dude. I drew another mountain. Yeah, the meeting with the investor was yesterday, and we got a deal. We got the game funded, and I'll be saying more in the coming months, but I'm very happy with the deal. We got a good valuation. They have Darksteel sit on the other sideboard. Let's go. Cool. Yeah, things went well. Thank you for asking. So I can't tap the tablet. I drew another mountain. Okay, well, maybe a turn. Maybe they have Ballista. It's a good matchup. I don't mind losing game 1, I guess. Gemstone Caverns for faster matchup versus Infinity Browse. I mean, I think the deck's just kind of slow, and like it gets going on turn 2 most of the time. I think it's just a great... And the mana requirements are pretty light. I think it's a great deck to just be playing this deck in. Reju to 44, welcome back. I haven't stopped the stream for a sec. Congrats to the game. Well, thank you so much. I'm so looking forward to the day after like 3 years of development to be like, here is the game. It is going to be a pre-order system is the plan, but I'm really excited. I'm talking to Anurag right now about getting like our production weekend set up for filming promotional content. It's going to be great. Okay, so let's go Ragavan's in over Dead Guns. I think that's okay. I think we keep in the Disassembled. Did the investor ask for anything special, like his likeness being used in the art? No, I was I have a mattress sponsor lined up that I think I haven't signed yet, but they're gonna give me a free mattress as part of it. I was thinking about offering them the mattress. But it didn't come to that, thankfully. Thankfully, I get to keep the mattress. Walt with the 12 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Appreciate you. Watching any Evo. I'm going to Vegas this weekend. I'm going to be at SCG Vegas for the Team Sealed. I'm finally leaving my house. Honestly, it's kind of an awful weekend now that I have like I'm very busy. Maybe it's gonna be a good weekend because I can network more to get people to help promote the game. But do I want to wish this turn? I could wish with 4 mana. I could get Fin Fang Foom here. Don't think I want to do that. Call the professor. Yeah, I'll reach. I got contacts, and we'll see. We'll see who's available. Is the investor tied to Magic at all? No. This is a contact of our CEO, I guess, president. It's not anybody that you guys would know, but super nice guy and really likes the game a lot. Has come and played the game a bunch. Someone who like understands the vision, believes in the vision, was like really important to us for who we decide to work with. All right, I'll do both modes here. Fin Fang Foom looks kind of ass. I agree. I'm not a big fan of the card. I think like Avengers Disassembled is like a really big upgrade, and then a lot of people have been like begging me to try Fin Fang Foom in the deck, and I'm like, sure, I'll give it a go. Can I please get a Moz? Moz has given me a lot of advice on it. He's play tested the game like 4 times. What's my title? We don't have super hard titles at the moment, but I'm in charge of game design and marketing. All right, enough. I don't want to say anything accidental, so we're locked in back on Magic here. So I could wish for Fin Fang Foom, and then I would have not enough, I would have enough to cast this, but I have that double field, so I don't have enough red mana. Can I Wildfire? Wildfire is... Yeah, I could Wildfire. Let's do that. Oh, I guess I could also just go Chandra into Avengers Disassembled. I guess that's better. Oh, and then Chandra also kills the spawn tokens. Yeah, I've said today for the first time it's a physical game. I'm not gonna say anything else though. Just want to make sure our launch is all planned. All right, that's pretty good. So we get to go to game 3 on the draw. Yeah, I played Moonmist. Moonmist predictably not very good. Had to get it out of the system to some extent. I will say Moonmist Bruce Banner was pretty good. And then I feel like our overall card quality was kind of low. Our overall card quality is kind of low. Like I didn't like She-Hulk and I didn't like T'Challa very much, and I felt like we had a lot of these in the deck. But maybe just Aang and just Bruce Banner is something to try. I kind of like the idea of that. And then, you know, if you're building the deck that way, you get to have overall higher card quality, which is always nice. This hand can go really, really nuts. So they went turn 1 tower, turn 2 map power plants. I do think it's just like I just can't let them Tron me, so we're going to Price of Freedom. This turn it would be awesome to draw a land and be able to go Ruby into triple Manamorphose, but can be a little bit patient. They don't imprint. Then they play a Trino, dude. Land. No. And I accidentally used Price of Freedom instead of Cleansing Wildfire, which could deal with the Trinisphere. That was kind of a bonehead mistake. Are there any good werewolves? There's no good werewolves, no. Maybe airbending is better than Moonmist. I think that it seems to me at least to be you want to try both. And then another thing too though is if you don't play Aang and you just play Bruce Banner, then you could also be playing like a teamer deck and then the burn spells turn into like extra turns. Damn. Losing to Tron stinks, although turns are hard to beat. But I think I have looked at every single transformable human when building the deck, and I think I went less, not more. Like it's really, really mana intensive to like cast Bruce Banner, cast She-Hulk, cast T'Challa, and then transform. It's like you're making too many mana inefficient plays in a row. But like Aang is already a playable modern card, and Bruce Banner is okay. We get our Tron redemption here, I guess. Aang is already a playable modern card, and then Bruce Banner is only 1 mana and curves into Moonmist. Does Ephemeral Cloud Shift morph Bruce Banner like it does a Chroma? No, it doesn't. It's only because of morphs. Okay, they get the waste here. Awesome top deck, as always. Yeah, so I didn't update the record again, but yeah, we lost game 3 to Tron. Build the dead gone, it's fine. Kind of like scrying to the bottom. Might as well. Reveal a Manamorphose and a Cleansing Wildfire. Next turn is looking beautiful. They play an Urza's Power Plants. Gonna probably be Wildfiring a basic so I can Field of Ruin. See if they have a K command. How does this deck win? Pinnacle, Monk, and Chandra. It's pretty easy. Like you win by destroying all of your opponent's permanents and then continuing to destroy all their permanents as they play them. It's then you have like 5 win cons in the deck. I guess more than that if you count the wishes. Yeah, Fin Fang Foom now too. Yeah, Tablet is so good. It's just like a 3-for-1 in the deck. All right, I will Field of Ruin now. Yeah, Wish for Bridge has definitely been, I agree, a big part of the deck. I think I'll probably hold the tablet for a turn. Just make sure I could cast a Wish. It's not like we can lose this game. My opponent says, bro. You play more basics next time, bucko. Squirrel Girl was good, I think. We lost to Cosmic Wave Fling and we lost to Clarion Conqueror. But I thought Squirrel Girl and Shang-Chi both look good. When it doesn't have a retort here. Yeah, it's pretty easy to win games when your opponent has no permanence and no will to play. Moon. Moon's not very good because they never have Tron. You're and you could theoretically wish for it, but they just never get Trons. It kind of does nothing. It's mostly like a wish target in other situations. Opponents on a Molda 6. Maybe a Moon is a bad wish target. It has won us some games. Opponents on a Molda 5. Burgi and wish for it to go through your entire deck. Is that what Burgi does? Alright, so they Molda 5, they reveal Devourer. If they play a Temple or a Lab turn 1, we should play Pinnacle Monk so they can't Thought-Knot Seer my second land. They exile a Lab, a Power Plant, and a Mind Stone. They play a Tower. So we can play our Mountain now since we drew a second land and they can't Thought-Knot Seer next turn. If moons are not playable against Tron, what is it against Titan? Titan for sure, but also it's like sometimes if a Blood Moon is in your sideboard and you cast Wish, you can look at your opponent's board and say, hey, you can't cast any spells if this resolves, and then you cast it and then they can't do anything. That's kind of the idea. I hit Price of Freedom. No Warping Whale, thankfully. I have lost this matchup because they just go Warping Whale into Tron before. Demonic Tutors is retired from streaming. He's moved on. It makes a spawn token. Does he stream from time to time? He messaged me and he told me he was retired. Maybe I've been misinformed. I'm gonna cycle the Manamorphose. It does kind of, it feels a little bit bad to miss out on the Sundering Eruption, but it's probably correct to just get them down a land. Oh, they have the other basic in their hand. Oh no. We're gonna get another upset message. Sir Karshta with the 9 months, thank you, welcome back. So I learned about DTL, and that's sad. Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. One mana short of Wish for Wildfire. I mean, I think I'm just going to Pinnacle Monk, Price of Freedom here. Turn 4, hardcast Monk and Wildfire without Ruby. Hello, there's Ruby. All right, there goes my Wish. Solar System gifting a sub to Momo Lamanta. Thank you for that. So I guess I could. I guess I should just go Monk. Well, I could rinse yourself first because I have the extra instant or sorcery only mana. Might find something better to do. Okay, Manamorphose is interesting. There's a copy of Flashback. So I get to go Price of Freedom. Kill the Mind Stone. I believe you can dash from exile, although the seer just blocks it. I'm attacking for 8 with my monk this turn. Kill the swamp because you got Field of Ruin. Is DRC budget alternative for Ragavan deck? I don't think it feels like the transformative sideboard plan that well. I think there's other. You could just play like other wish targets instead. Maybe you could play Graveyard Hate with. Decided I had a hard time fitting it in. Let's keep. I think I am gonna play Sokenzan to just hold up. Dead Gone turn 1. Do I think King T'Challa has a place in blue-white energy? I think no. I think you're really like uninterested in. You're uninterested in like another card draw creature. I think you're like would much rather just play more interaction in those flex spots because you play so little. Willow Tree becoming a mod. Congrats. Do you feel like this is the best version? Yeah, I do think that this version's better than the Boom Bust build. Boom Bust build's like really weak to Karn, and then you play I think too many. I think you play too many mana sources in that build, and you like fizzle more often. So kind of a classic, like, you know, find a new archetype, try 4 different versions after finding success with the first, and then the first one was just like the best one the whole time. Happens more often than you think, but it's got to do your due diligence. Interesting. So it could be Mardu, could be just black-white energy, could be Leo combo. Yeah, good matchup for Avengers Disassembled. They take one of the copies of Price of Freedom. Then they play a Pride. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go Price of Freedom, Dead Gone, not play the tablet this turn. I think Unstable Amulet, and I get asked about this card a lot in this deck, but I think Unstable Amulet is like just kind of like clearly worse than Rin's Resolve or Reckless Impulse. I would like in your Flashback deck and your Tablet of Discovery deck. Like I would just rather play that for like more 2-minute card advantage. and I don't think it's like I don't even think it's a good card advantage source because like I mean sometimes you can get extra energy with the discharge, and then like if you are lucky enough to discharge a Ragavan and save 2 energy, then you get to turn your um then you get to turn your um uh unstable amulet into a reckless impulse or discharge, a 2 mana draw too. It's just really unlikely to do more than that. I don't think I care much about the win con because winning the game is just really easy. And like for you to win the game with the amulet, you need to go to the like very late game anyways, which you're already kind of doing. Not a copy of Avengers Disassembled, which I guess I'll be playing here. Maybe they have Felia and they won't read it and they'll play this in response. I'll see if they have more than 3 basics. No shot. Let's go. Never doubt your Boros opponent's, I guess your energy opponent's ability to just not read the card. just pick both modes, dude. They might play a creature in response. New card value. Thanks to Zero Heights for the 3 bots. Appreciate you. Yeah, Bowmaster's Disassembled. You basically have to pick both. Unless it was going to like kill your Ragavan or Pinnacle Monk, I guess. Yeah, that's the only time that's ever going to happen to him. Opponent is trying to be like, where the heck are my Bowmasters? They play a Godless Shrine tapped and then they pass. So let's go cast Manamorphose. If my opponent Bowmaster's in response, I could maybe flashback Avengers Disassembled. Okay, I'm gonna cast Wrenn's Resolve. The overlay may be working. I could take a peek. Okay, looks right. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Magical. Mill the Field of Ruin, which you can't play. I guess we get a little punished for playing our land first. I thought like any land was just gonna be the same, but Field of Ruin is certainly a little bit better. So if they do have like a Bowmaster or Felia, I will be able to flashback Avengers Disassembled. Otherwise, we'll just flashback another Wildfire, or just let them concede. So I'm not going to bring in the Ragavans this time. Hopefully, we can cast Flashfires against them. Have I thought about Kid Loki at all? I've been reading Kid Loki a little bit because I've been testing Sealed. Because I'm playing in the Team Sealed event this weekend. I haven't really thought much about it for Constructed. So each creature you control that has 1 or more counters put on it this turn as hexproof. When you draw your second card each turn, put a counter on Kid Loki. I don't know. Maybe this card is better than I think with like Street Wraith Bauble. I don't know. It's not too easy to just draw 2 cards in a turn. Where's Fin Fang Foom? He's here. As a one of in the sideboard that hasn't really been that good. Goo and Frog. It's true. Has Fin Fang Foom been resolved? Basically, every time we could have Fin Fang Foomed, it would have been better to Chandra, and we've Chandra'd. What's the reason for Dead Gone over any other move options? It's the only thing it's the only like red 1-minute removal spell that just gets everything off the field. It's especially good with Ruby Medallion, but a lot of times like you'll blow up your opponent's lands and they're just like a big creature you can't deal with because you're a red deck. But just being able to bounce it's really nice, and then it still kills all the little stuff. Although not Voice of Victory or Row. Bunch of 4 mountains, 4 steams, and instant prowess, down to 8 fetches. I'd probably play like the 9th fetch land over like the 4th steam vents because you have so many extra fetchables. I think fetch lands are like you can play 3 steam vents if you're playing 4 mountains. I do agree playing more mountains is good. We're kind of a control deck. Would it be an option to main deck 2 Chandra, keep one in the sideboard? I feel like 6 mana with Ruby is like 5 minutes of Fairy and control. Well, the thing is, you're already main decking 4 copies with the Wish, you know? And it's really, it's a huge advantage when you don't actually have to play your 6-drop in your main deck. I think it's a really big advantage when your 6-drop gets to hang out in your sideboard and you just get it when you're ready. And that way your like opening hands are better, your top decks are better, your reckless impulses are better. Which is the philosophy. Although I do love 6 mana Chandra, and I would love. I was working on a version of this with rituals for a while, trying to ritual out Chandra. It just didn't make sense. 4 mountain, 4 events, 1 surveil, 8 fetches, 1 island. Yeah, I'd probably cut a steam vents for a fetch there. Avengers Disassembled is a degenerate card. Why allow both? You know what? One thing that's nice about being a modern content creator is a lot of times if something's like over the line for standard, it usually ends up being like right in line, I think, for modern. Okay, so let me go. I guess I will just disassembled here. Is Reveler consideration? I usually don't feel like I'm dying to like just find like card advantage tools in the sideboard. Besides Chandra, which is just like the best. Although now you have Fin Fang Foom, which is maybe like mini Chandra sometimes. I do love Bedlam Reveler though. I would love for that to be right. So I'm gonna try to destroy all their lands next turn. Any plans for Stoneway with Thor's Hammer? Yeah, Mjolnir. I do want to play Mjolnir. I do think Mjolnir is actually looking pretty good. I don't know exactly what the 75 is going to look like, of course, but I'm interested. I think I'm going to save the Manamorphose for next turn. So I'm just going to blow up all their lands here. Destroy all planes. And they missed a land drop last turn. So if I wish for Chandra, Chandra costs 4, and I have 3. Oh, but sorry, Chandra, the wish only costs 1, so I could wish for Chandra. I think I'll kill the Voidwalker with it. Then we can flashback Dead Gone to deal with the Overlord, and then people will understand why I'm playing it over the Galvanic Discharge. Andrew, tier 2 for 56. Thank you so much. 56 months and 8 new Cleansing Wildfire effects later. I'm still loving the stream. Hell yeah. Glad to hear it. Now, one problem here is my opponent's not playing any lands, so I don't have any targets for my... I guess I do have target... Oh, wait, this is only opponents. With Wildfire, I could target my own thing. I guess we'll go Flashback first. And then we get to copy Flashback targeting Manamorphose. Why Flashfire is not Boil? There's just a lot more decks that are built around plains and decks that are built around islands. Which is kind of weird to say, right? But it's the case. And Sunder with the 39 months. Good to see ya. If they got no mana, they can't cast their stuff after you bounce it. Alright, so let's get a 4-1 prediction going. Can't believe we lost to Tron. On the play. Dang, we're on the play with the Gemstone Cavern. At what point should Neoform main deck Bauble for protection? Doesn't really make much sense to main deck Vexing Bauble because it stops your own rider and they have to sack it, then they subtlety your rider. I think, you know, if you're a Neoform gamer and you're concerned about your opponent's interaction, I think you just gotta like be at peace and just have this attitude. They're not always gonna have it. What up? I didn't think you're gonna be on today. I'm always on. I'm always on set release days. On Tuesday, it's later. Oh, we're playing the Ponzimir, which is like an excellent matchup. A funny matchup. Just Veil for Neo. There you go. Although if you have Veil, I guess the Vexing Bauble sub subtlety at that point, and Veil doesn't. They have March. They have Reprieve. Okay. Opponent should maybe just concede. I don't know. I don't really know how they're winning this ever. Why didn't they reprieve the tablet? I don't know. Wait, Vexing Bauble is banned in Legacy? Is this matchup mostly play draw dependent? This matchup is unlosable for this side, I think. It's like their deck is full of creature removal that our deck isn't. Oh, they didn't target. They didn't target one of these. Target a land. Their deck is full of creature removal, and mine has. I have much less, and their creature removal is like all dead, and you just they can't interact with your wish, and you have also Flashfires. It's just like just very hard to lose. I want to save the field for the Citadel. Wait, they're already out of basics? Did I misread that? Milled a dead gone, so no targets for that. Yeah, they also just have less basics than me, so like you gotta play more basics, Bucko. Okay, they got another I missed Saw, I think. This is we've gone through 6 of their basics already. All right, there we go. They play a demolition field. So if I go field, third man, I guess they field in response to deny my mana from this. Wait, why are you fielding? You have no basics in your deck. Why would you do this? Why would you just Stone Ring yourself? I guess they just want to know how many basics I have. Unfortunately, I can't bounce my own Monk back with Gone. It only bounces opponent stuff. Yeah, I don't know that this deck would work without the Pinnacle Monks. Like the fact that like your land is like a really impactful 3-for-1 in this spot is just so sick. Not even bothering to upkeep. Listen, I'm not broke. I got basics. It's crazy how perfect Avengers Disassembled is for this archetype. I might Trinisphere them first so they can never erode my Chandra. Okay, good. They're wise to not reminder, cannot bounce your own stuff with Dead Gone, but they're wise not to use another erode because I got plenty of basics. Yeah, I think I'm gonna Trinisphere. A little bit awkward with the Ruby, should be fine. They're fine in their lands. Which is great because I need targets. Don't have to kill the land next turn because they just won't be able to play anything. I guess they could activate Field of Ruin. but seems fine to wish for Chandra. Maybe I wish for Fin Fang Foom. No, it's just got to be Chandra. And I guess I should probably be waiting till they play the second land, and I could just blow up 2 things with Chandra. Well, I guess not if they have demolition. I mean, I basically it's the same as blowing it up. And then I can Manamorphose on their turn and draw 2 cards. Cool that your MDFC is double Stone Rain. I just have to get this Chandra to 18 loyalty. Or find a Pinnacle Monk or wish for Fin Fang Foom if we want. Could have floated mana and fielded. This is a Gemstone Cavern, not a field. Although now I've got field. So I guess I'm going to copy Wish here. And I guess. And I guess I get Ragavan too. Big vanilla 3/5 flyer. Which is pretty good on this board. Okay. Fin Fang Foom, good counter 1. I don't know. Are we land destruction deck? Yeah, this matchup is sort of unlosable. Because they play a lot of, although we're gonna be boarding the Ragavan, so maybe that's, I'm turning on their creature removal. But like they just can't really interact with my wish stuff very well. And although actually maybe this is not. Oh no, I forgot I have lost this matchup because they beat me with High Noon and I didn't put the Blast Zone on the sideboard to wish for. High Noon is pretty tough to beat. Passive Flames I think is like 2 win more. And maybe we are gonna be too weak to stuff like High Noon post board. Game 1 is really good. I like these. I like to destroy land and let them get a basic. I think it makes. I like that it punishes powerful lands. I like the way these cards play. Okay, so we've got a Gemstone Caverns, which is nice. I guess I'll probably pitch the Flashback. Bloodstone seems like a hard way to beat the land destruction deck. Good point. Or we're testing Loki into Esper build after that. I have a blue-white Loki build that you can take a look at. I do think that there is possibly an Esper build out there, but I'm pretty interested in trying Loki by himself first. I don't know that we're playing that next either, but good. So I like that the Avengers Disassembled means like we'll just be able to clean this up eventually. We don't really need to. Okay, I guess is now eventually. I think I want to play the tablet this turn. Maybe I'll get another one of these. I guess I don't want to play Ragavan because of the Disassembled. It's probably fine. We did play a Moon Mist. We had a pretty bad first league with it. Although I think like one thing I wanted to play like She-Hulk and T'Challa, but like it felt like our curve was too high. But Moon Mist Bruce Banner did feel good. Moon Mist Aang felt good, and then Aang can also target Bruce Banner and flip it. So I think I just kind of wanted to run that as a package and then be like a more interactive deck outside of that next time. But we're like a little ways away from that. Hey Doc, any cards you're excited for Commander? I guess I haven't been thinking much about Commander for a while. No one plays Commander with me, so I even like took apart my my Magna deck. Friendless. Seems like an okay turn to Manamorphose. So if I field their field and then they field me in response, is that gonna do anything? I guess not really. I think I'm gonna flashback Wildfire just in case they have Ainu next turn. Just get to use this. A little bit worse against Reprieve, I guess. The dragon, I guess worth $100. The copper bronze one. Yeah, I bought it for pretty cheap, or relatively. But she got married, asked her to play Commander with me. If only were so simple. So they have, this is 5 of their 6 basics accounted for. Now this will be the last one. I don't even really know why they fielded. Like, I feel like they're, I think they're just not really understanding that they're losing. Oh, they drew a basic. They're not understanding that they're losing this basic land battle. Since you're in the NBA, how do you feel about the Giannis trade to Miami? I'm just glad he didn't come to my team because I'm not a big fan of him doing all this like betting market advertising. I know it's maybe I think it's weird when the players are doing it. It's weird that the whole league is doing it, but I don't like that he broke down that wall. You know, he was like the player who was willing to take the gambling sponsorship. And I also don't like it when players are like when they want to get traded for a team and so they just like refuse to play. I don't like that very much either. That's just the game. Now can hate it. I could absolutely like this man is already 100 millionaire. He doesn't need the gambling sponsors. Literally just makes it worse for everybody else. I guess we'll flashback a Rin's Resolve. Maybe you should have tapped the tablet. Shouldn't matter. Okay, found a wish. Are we gonna do the? You know what? Get in there, Fin Fang Foom. Get in there. Good way to turn on the Rinse Resolve. Get in there. Come on. Don't be shy. Wow. 5'7". As tall as my height. Seems worse than Legend of Roku too. I have a hard time imagining this card is good. I wanted to try it because a lot of y'all really wanted me to try it. Obviously, Avengers Disassembled, great for the archetype. We 4-1. We lost to Tron. We also beat Tron, but losing to Tron is sad. Getting some lag. But losing to Tron does feel pretty bad. If I ran it back, I would probably play like the Blast Zone or Chalice of the Void or another Graveyard Hate piece over Fin Fang Foom or Boil. I think I would cut it. I also like might go back to like a Pyroclasm in the side over Avengers Disassembled, although it didn't come up. Not really sure, but this card was really good. Could maybe even main deck the 4th copy. Oh, tear the treasure for more counters. Oh wow, amazing. So I don't know if it seems not good. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just kind of first impression, I guess. I do want to play another deck. Let's play Trash for Tin Rings. I want to play the Tin Rings deck because I